So Bruce, you're making birch veneer plywood, a hardwood plywood here. Where's all the raw material come from?
All the raw material comes from North America, mostly from the United States.
Great.
Some from Canada.
What's happening here?
Here, Sonia Davis, one of our 15-year employees, is grading the face and back veneers. What she's doing is, this is the first quality control step. She is separating faces from backs. The birch plywood has birch on the face and on the back. She has 19 different grading characteristics that she's keeping in mind while she sorts to give us a face and a back.
But it's all very beautiful, clear birch. The inside of the plywood is made out of a cheaper wood, right?
The inside of the plywood is very different. It's yellow poplar, and I can show you how we put it together over here. The first veneer, in this case, is oak instead of birch, and the grain is running the long direction of the plywood. The next veneer is what we call the crossband, and this is the yellow poplar. It may not appear extremely beautiful to you, but its virtue is that it's relatively solid.
Yeah.
So that when you drill a hole in it, you will hit wood for your screws or your other fixtures.
Right.
The plywood is cross-laminated. Every adjacent layer is perpendicular to the other. And finally, for a 7-ply product, we get to the back.
Yeah, so that's the secret of the strength, is that you're alternating the direction of the grain, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, and all you've got is very thin veneer on the outer edges, which is the beautiful stuff. How do you put it all together?
We put it together on a glue spreader. We'll go over and take a look at that right now.
All right. All right, so here they're forming these sandwiches. Tell me about the nature of the glue. I assume the glue is on those rollers up there?
Yes, those are double roll coaters. They are applying urea formaldehyde glue to both sides of every other piece of veneer that makes the layup of the 7-ply plywood.
For lumber, how can you make sure that in the cutting operation you're going to come out with 4x8 sheets and not have any variation?
Well, the way we do that, Bob, is we have a precision saw line with fixed rotary saw blades that are carbide tipped. And we have 2 operators that monitor their operation all the time that the operation is taking place. The idea here, of course, is to get the 50 by 100-inch panels cut down precisely to 48 by 96. And I want to be able to do that within a very narrow tolerance of 64th of an inch. Is the tolerance that I have for cutting to size.
Okay, so they're all the same size. What's the next step now?
They'll be sanded.
Go take a look. Well, it gets pretty noisy in here. I guess you're used to it, huh?
What does this look like, Bob?
It looks like a belt for the belt sander for the Jolly Green Giant. That's pretty big.
It is, in fact. It's very similar to the belt that you have at home for your belt sander.
Yeah.
Except it is 50 inches wide and it's 6 feet long.
What do you pay for something like this?
In the quantities that we buy them, they're only $50. We buy a lot of them.
And where's the sander itself? Back in here?
The sander that we use is right back behind these doors.
We can open it?
Yes.
Gigantic, but that's only hitting one side of the sheet, right?
Correct. That is 3 sander heads that is sanding the bottom of the panel. Behind us, further down the line, is an identical set of sanders, inverted and on top to sand the top half.
Okay. How much are you actually taking off the plywood?
We're taking off about, at most, 0.010 of an inch. Or usually it's much, much less.
So it's really just smoothing it out.
It is.
What about quality control?
Annie is our quality control grader, and here she is using 3 mirrors to look at all 6 edges of each panel. She'll determine a grade and then drop the panels into one of 6 bins. Bob, this is the end of the sander line. The panels fall into bins depending on what grade they are. There are 6 bins here. In this particular bin, we're finding our highest grade of birch plywood, A1. It's stamped over here on that side. The grader's name is also stamped on it. That's how proud we are of our plywood.
Terrific. So from here it goes to the warehouse.
That's right.
Thanks for the tour, Bruce.
Thank you.